Good morning, one and all. My respected teacher, Dr. K.C. Sunny, respected manager, Very Reverend Father Varghese Parinthirikal, manager, St. Dominic's College of Law, respected trustee member of Kanjarapalli Cathedral, Professor Kuruvilla sir, and other respected award trustee members and my colleagues, senior colleagues, including Kurian Joseph sir, dear student friends and teachers and parents. I've been introduced by Liz. A string of adjectives followed my name only because that I was able to take law as my learning line. Only because of that. Maybe some 30 years back. And this is a momentous occasion not only for me, but for St. Dominic's College of Law, Kanjarapalli, which is the latest law college that will be brought into inception once the process of entrance examination is completed, which will be in a short while from now, because we are waiting the government to publish the prospectus and also notify the entrance examination, etc. So I will be taking this opportunity to integrate this institution with whatever Sunny sir had said. Sir was portraying before you the larger canvas of learning law, why you should take to law, particularly when you are out of our higher secondary or equivalent education, and also after graduation, wherein you will be at crossroads. എങ്ങോട്ട് പോകണം, ഇടത്തോട്ട് പോകണോ വലത്തോട്ട് പോകണോ നേരെ പോകണോ എന്നൊക്കെ നമ്മൾ ആലോചിച്ചിരിക്കുന്ന സമയം, where I think it is our responsibility to show you that this is a particular road that you will be able to take and to give shape to your destination, which will rightfully place you in your life. So with that, with these avowed objectives, let me just introduce before you one of the wonderful institutions that is about to take off from the landscape of legal education in the state of Kerala. The broad theme was studying law for career beyond frontiers, a very communicative topic. Studying law is the road from where you can take off beyond frontiers. We are talking about space trip, isn't it? Recently we had an Indian went for a space trip. So we are on that particular mode from where time and space, we are trying to conquer time and space. So that is why even frontiers is not a limitation for us. We can fly beyond frontiers. And if you want to fly beyond frontiers, which should be the vehicle that can have the capacity to take you to beyond frontiers. So if you want to go to space, you have to break that escape velocity, 11.6 kilometers per second, right? Am I right? Yes? Yes. Isn't it? So this is that particular road that will take you beyond frontiers, further than the escape velocity, and go to the limits that you set for yourself. Limits not set by any person. Where should you reach? We can think. And we can shape our destiny. That is why this particular topic assumes importance. Look at this marvelous building, isn't it? The very sight of this building fills us with vigor and vitality. Over a 2 lakh square feet built up area, this particular building will come in a space of 1 year in this particular campus in 5 acres, dedicated space of 5 acres. This is absolutely state-of-the-art building, having a classroom having an average space of 1,500 square feet, plus precisely 1,533 square feet. We talk about flats and houses having 1,500 square feet, but here we are speaking about a classroom having 1,500 square feet. Plus all state-of-the-art inventories or all the state-of-the-art gadgets that you can think about. നമുക്ക് കൽപ്പിക്കാൻ കഴിയുന്ന ഏതൊരു സാങ്കേതിക വിദ്യയും സമന്വയിപ്പിച്ചിട്ട്. That will be in this particular space, every single hall, every single classroom. Okay. Plus library space, sprawling library. Then we have got state-of-the-art confluence of all scientific, technological know-how. Then we have got retiring spaces, courtyards inside, adequate spaces for learning and unlearning. You just imagine, you just ask, we will give you. That is this particular framework. Just to trigger your imagination, this has been included as one of the slides. So 8 to 9 months from now, the first phase of this particular building with more than adequate amenities will be before you. Why? Because this place is relevant. You know that Greenfield Highway comes through this particular place, and even government mulls over aerodrome, or rather an airport nearby, whether it comes or not. But Kanjirapalli is being launched as having a confluence of so many motorable facilities. So that means accessibility. So that will make this particular institution a pan-Kerala present institution. Somebody from Trivandrum want to learn law in Kanjirapalli? It's easy, isn't it? You have the will, you can encash that. Yes, the beacon lights of this institution. Bishop Mar Jose Pulikal, who is a revered Bishop of Kanjirapalli Diocese, and on the right side, you can see that person in flesh and blood here amidst you, our respected manager, Very Reverend Father Varghese Parinthirikal, Archpriest, Kanjirapalli Cathedral. He has really named, or rather dug in a name for himself. You want to see that? Travel some 5 kilometers from here, Puvapalli, where Sunny Sir was telling. You find a sprawling engineering college, Amal Jyoti Engineering College. It's a dream, it's an imagination come true for any aspiring engineering student. From where not only you learn engineering, but you can have startups also. Several industries have started as startups there. And it's a dream come true situation for every engineering aspirant. For that you need infrastructure. Sunny Sir told you about infrastructure. And 17 lakh square feet built up area, keeping the lie of the property intact. That was accomplished by our own respected manager. So do you doubt that our campus will be having a mean outlook? No. Every single campus which had been raised after Amal Jyoti has surpassed the limits set by Amal Jyoti. So government, this engineering, this St. Dominic College of Law will be striking new propositions when the infrastructure comes. Not only infrastructure, he has got a wholesome conception about the learning environment. So a very important person that we have to document is our respected manager. Whether this institution is all alone? No. We are in the company, rich company of other institution which has proven for itself. Count these institutions. ML Jyoti College of Engineering Autonomous, Marian College Autonomous Kuttikanam, which came before that, and St. Dominic College, the first of the institutions in the higher education sector run by the Kanjirapalli Diocese, came in 1965. It's rated NAC A+ graded consistently. Amal Jyoti, Autonomous Engineering College, then Marian College, again, the various wings, Institute of Management of Autonomous, that is Marian College. I think it's high-flying people from even outside India want to learn there, isn't it? So we have joined that party with all these organizations, all these institutions. So that is where, again, our presence here in Kanjirapalli assumes significance. So there could be a knowledge consortium which we will be thinking about very, very soon, and which cannot be bet by any educational agency in Kerala, because we are going to synergize our strengths. All these institutions has got strength, and we will put in our strength. So that means it's a different proposition altogether. This is the advisory board. Why should I introduce you the advisory board? Because, see, again, they are the torch bearers. At certain point of time, what should be the priorities? Somebody should be there to advise us, just like in our family. And these are our extended family. This is our extended family. Justice Kurian Joseph, needs no introduction. He's a former Supreme Court judge. Justice Anthony Dominic hails from Kanjirapalli itself, was the Chief Justice of the High Court of Kerala. Madam Sheila Thomas, Additional Chief Secretary to Government of Kerala. Sri T.K. Jose was a retired, again, Additional Chief Secretary, now presently serving as the Chairman of this Tariff Commission, Electricity Board. Sunny Sir himself is there. Professor Dr. Sabu Thomas is the former Vice Chancellor of the MG University, world-renowned polymer scientist. Dr. David Ambrose, former Professor, School of Legal Studies, Madras University. Professor Dr. Shiva Kumar, he is former Law Commission member, Senior Research Professor, Indian Law Institute, New Delhi. Mr. Abraham Kurian, IPS, former DGP of UP, Uttar Pradesh, and an interview board member of the UPSC. Dr. Arul George Karia, the youngest of the lot, already having proven himself as now he is presently serving as the Associate Professor at the National Law School of India, University, Bangalore. He had been nominated by he had been appointed by the Supreme Court as an intervener. ബൗദ്ധിക സ്വത്തവകാശ നിയമങ്ങളിൽ വളരെ പ്രാഗൽഭ്യമുള്ള ആളാണ്. See, all these eminent persons form part of our advisory board. So what is the net asset value, NAV, of this advisory board? You just think. This is our mission and this is our vision. Maybe a little bit tough mission. That is to give shape to an institution for resourceful legal learning, for developing core competencies, to embolden the students of law to take up the challenges and capitalize opportunities. This world is changing, so it is an organic world, but you cannot forget your roots. You remain anchored to the society, reflecting compassion, truth, and honesty, besides firmly holding the values as human beings. So basically, we continue where we are as human beings, but the rest, as Sunny Sir said, it is a superstructure that we will be creating of our own. Vision is to evolve as a center of excellence in legal education from all conceivable angles, capable to make affirmative impact in society and to accomplish distinct contribution to the legal system of this country. So we mean really business. How to be present, how to be vibrant in this society, we will be striving hard. For that, what is the educational landscape that we are putting forward? At the inception stage, we are intending to offer two streams or two learning modules in the 5-year double degree integrated honors scheme, BLLB and BBLLB, both honors courses, and a 3-year unitary LLB process. See, the entire scheme structure and output of the 5-year stream and 3-year stream is different. Because 5-year stream, you invest 5 years in the campus. Generally, at the age of 17 years, after completing the higher secondary, you will be investing your precious 5 years in a campus. Those precious 5 years is the period in which you are making your assets. That assets, what should be the volume of assets that you have to create? You have to lead the entire life. maybe 80, 90 years. Till the last breath, you have to be productive. How can you be productive till the last breath? You have to be part of legal learning, isn't it? You can simply lie at your comfort zone and then even you can give advice. For every advice, you will be rewarded, right? So whether you are a person 60 plus, 70 plus, an octogenarian 80 plus, or a 90 plus, that doesn't matter. Maybe 3 or 4 months back, a person who has crossed 90 years in Palakkad, advocate, still practicing, was honored, 96 years, something like that. And our own advocate, Advocate Kunjarama Menon was there. When he was in 90s, he regularly came to the High Court and argued, isn't it? So, what sense will BA-LLB make to you? Basically, it's a humanities. Politics, economics, political science, economics, then history, etc., plus language, integrated with law. See, what is the strike force of BA-LLB? Because politics, economics, and other humanities subject will equip you like anything, isn't it? And then, to add flavor to that, you have got law at your hands. So when you combine both these resources, what will be your strike force? When you elect a particular stream for your vocation, profession, you need not become a lawyer. Sunny sir had very clearly stated. That is why our advisory board, the presence of 2 bureaucrats who have proved themselves, becomes very, very relevant. Madam Sheila Thomas and Sri T.K. Jose. T.K. Jose should be hailed for the inception of self-help groups called Kudumbasri, which has become an international model. Several people from other jurisdictions come forward, isn't it? So, in what way we are going to approach BA-LLB, we have got an entirely different plan to scale up the productivity. BBA-LLB, again we are very strong on that. Why? Because our own coordinate institution is Marian Institute of Management, where Institute of Management MBA course is offered, and we have got specialized domains. So, in so many areas we can have interlinkages. And obviously, a law degree and a management degree, again, will be having a huge, capacity. Because your entry point, whether you could be absorbed to companies, yes. Not only that you are getting a management degree, but you are armed with the legal knowledge. That is very essential for whom? That is very essential for a portfolio manager. And obviously the AICT has again increased the scope of BBA. Even though we do not come under AICT, we can borrow many of their success modules and we can offer it as bridge courses, etc., making you very, very strong. So again, we have got a very definite perspective when we offer BBA-LLB. Then 3-year unitary LLB stream exclusively law study. And you might be reminded of the opportunities that come your way, what Sunny sir has legibly stated before you. See, this is the present building is our temporary building. That's a Jubilee block. Okay. These are the classrooms just for a glance. Isn't it? Close to 1,100, 1,200 square feet with state-of-the-art technology, ICT-enabled classrooms, information communication tools-enabled classrooms with world at your fingertips. That is the drop thing, isn't it? That particular screen which is open before you takes you to gives you the window to the world. When you sit in the comfort in the reclining benches of your classroom, you can go through continents. Okay. So these are our specimen images of our classrooms. So the library, again we have made huge investment in library. We are approaching the library in different planes. We have got adequate print resources, and those print resources are reinforced or rather scaled up by other resources that I will tell you. So this is again a glance or a glimpse of that particular library with full set of reports, law reports, advanced reference section, reference books, adequate student edition books, supplemented by online resources. Again, I will remind you, this is our temporary building. This is where it all is going to happen. And our new sprawling library is more than 5,000 to 7,000 square feet, which is capable enough to be scaled up. Again, some glimpses of the library. This is our dedicated reference section. We are very particular that a law student shall not be a mediocre person, isn't it? You cannot sell mediocrity and get better in your career. അയ്യോ ഞാൻ പാവമാണ് എനിക്ക് ഇത്രേ അറിയാവുള്ളൂ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ ആർക്കും നിങ്ങൾ വേണ്ട. I am competent enough if I can rub the shoulders with any person എന്ന് നമ്മൾ പറയുന്നിടത്താണ് you become employable. Even advocate's office, these days we find, or our own friends say that, can you suggest a person who is capable enough to be to be a contributory to our office? Years back, advocates were asking us, can you suggest a name? Now we have got adjectives. Not simply a name, but a person who is capable enough to contribute to the office, isn't it? So we are trying for that. So this is a dedicated reference section. Why I was concentrating on this? We have purchased all the legal research journals published in this state from all the law departments. So we mean that first semester onwards, the students will be slowly, gradually introduced to legal research. And legal research may not be a nightmare for any of you when you progress. That will raise your capabilities. Nowhere in Kerala can you find this sort of collection. Library, we have got these much additions, print and electronic resources, fair collection of student edition and reference books, law reports, full sets, general reading section to welcome you to library, to introduce to law learning. First time, a person may not plunge into the complicated or rather the complexities of a law text. ഒരു ലോയുടെ പഠിക്കുന്നതിന് ബുക്കിന്റെ സങ്കീർണതകളിലേക്കൊന്നും ആരും വന്ന് ആദ്യം വീഴില്ല. അപ്പോൾ അവരെന്ത് ചെയ്യണം? There should be certain friendly mode. So we have switched on this friendly book. We have got legal fictions. We have got general reading books, cross-section, so that you will be introduced to law learning. You will find comfortable in a reading space. In the comfort of that reading space, you will be there. Then we have got periodicals and newspapers and online resources. We have got plenty of online resources even at the inception stage. We have got Manopatra subscribed at that particular level. We are heading for All India Reporter subscription, that is storage database and online database. Then we have got other online resources that I will tell you. E-book repositories, storage database data and law and non-law. User-friendly properties in our library is optimally spaced. തിക്കി തിരക്കിയൊന്നുമല്ല, നമുക്കെന്താ വളരെ കംഫർട്ടബിൾ ആയിട്ട് ഇരുന്ന് വായിച്ച് ബുക്ക് എടുക്കാൻ കഴിയുന്ന സ്പേസ്. സോഫ്റ്റ്വെയർ മാനേജ്ഡ് ഇഷ്യൂ ആൻഡ് റിട്ടേൺസ്. നമ്മുടെ ഇഷ്യൂ റിട്ടേൺ എല്ലാം സോഫ്റ്റ്വെയർ മാനേജ്ഡ് ആണ്. എൻഗേജിങ് RFID, റേഡിയോ ഫ്രീക്വൻസി ഐഡന്റിഫിക്കേഷൻ. Usually these radio frequency identification systems will be drawn into the scheme of things of the library only when a particular institution is 15 or 20 years old. ഇവിടെ അങ്ങനെയല്ല, ഇവിടെ നമ്മൾ തുടക്കത്തിൽ തന്നെ. So that books taking, return, everything is easy. You can swipe and enter. Then remote catalog checking books availability. You need not come and head at the issue counter and or check the computer there. In the comfort of your home, you can check by using OPAC. Institution membership. Then we have extended our library, not simply to Podimattam at Kanjarapalli. We have traveling high. We have traveled down to British Council Library, Chennai. We have subscribed to the institution membership. So that means we are made available the entire e-book repository, periodicals, games, learning, soft learning, and more importantly, English language training, focused English language training, which is very, very important, isn't it? Because nowadays people decide or people try to move over to or cross seas. So those things, for that you need some, what? You need some capacity, isn't it? So British Council Library facilities will be made available here. Not will be made available, that is already available. Then American Central Library also, under the USIS, United States Information Service. So our library is not simply some 3,000 square feet library. It has traveled across states. And since we are an institutional membership of Chennai Library, we get institutional loans from all the libraries across India. I don't know whether any of the present institutions in Kerala is offering or is even thought about that. That is where we are ahead of times. Infinite capacity. There is no limit. You want to fly anywhere, you can fly, isn't it? There again, it is online resources. This is a share of computer lab which will be at the disposal of the students of this institution. And this particular sprawling facility that you are sitting in, that comfort, that is part of this institution. This is the moot court hall. This is the moot court hall. Left side you find the moot court hall bare picture. Right side we had added some facility. In the same moot court hall, we have added live streaming of court proceedings. Live streaming of court proceedings. When the Constitution bench in the Supreme Court starts at 10:30 or 11, we in Kanjirapalli will also be part of that business. When High Court of Kerala starts at 11 o'clock, the selected bench, sitting in Kanjirapalli, we will be part of that bench. When a bill is moved in the Kerala Legislative Assembly, sitting in Kanjirapalli, we will be part of the happenings there, isn't it? So this is where this institution conquers time and space. And there will be instructional support from teachers as to what is happening there. It is not a mean task, isn't it? Even to visit the High Court of Kerala at a relevant point of time, it is very difficult. But here you can be seated there right next to learning environment and see things. You can slowly, that ambition about the profession will sink in you. That is to create a real-time atmosphere for you. Not simply say that, go to Kanjirapalli Court and have a feel around that. It's not like that. It's beside and this facility could be drawn into your classroom also. If a very important matter is being discussed, see, same-sex marriage, which was a very important topic that has been discussed. Had this institution been in existence at that particular point of time, we would have seen it there, how people are arguing for that and against it, right? So again, this is another important aspect. These are the common room for boys and common room for girls. Then we have got a legal aid clinic, which in fact will show our presence, exhibit our presence at least in 2 districts for the starting. That is in Kottayam and Idukki districts. We'll be having a rich presence in all the issues. Today, in the Kanjirapalli news and the Kanjirapalli, Vanyamraga Rangindana. But this is not a simple issue. This is a larger issue of human-wildlife conflict. One of the issues that we will be taking is human-wildlife conflict, as to how the local self-governments are capable enough, or what are their measures, etc., etc. So, legal aid clinic is a window to every law student for the basic happenings around you. So, we will not be confined to this particular compound. We will be spilling over this compound and making our presence felt in other areas. Then, IQAC and NAC, which is, surely we will aim for NAC accreditation, because these are the situations in which we aspire for universities to emerge from colleges. So we will also come of age at a later point of time, consistently getting accredited. So this is
again a facility for girl students. We have got good, excellent facility in the existing college hostel inside the campus, which again is not the luxury of several of the institutions. This is a cafeteria where you can order and you can get, isn't it? You can order and you can get then and there. Then we have got a 7-acre playground, shared space, physical infrastructure, Wi-Fi enabled campus, ladies hostel inside the campus, cafeteria, proposed building over 2 lakhs, I have already tell you. The faculty, we have got emeritus professor including our own respected Sunny sir. We will be having adjunct faculty in the shape of judges from High Court as well as from lower courts. Permanent faculty not only having the passion to teach, but having the sufficient qualities under their belt, the qualifications under their belt. Ad hoc faculty, persons who have proved themselves, will be drawn to the schemes, already been drawn to the scheme of things, and they will be contributing their might. Legal professionals, Vakilamar is a Bhagavan. This is the range of faculty that we are providing, and we have provided academic consultants overseas. We have been in touch, we have signed a bilateral relation, or rather a document between 2 consultants, and one from Netherlands and one from United States. And while talking to the academic consultant in the United States, she was telling about UNESCO chairs. So we said we will aspire for that, isn't it? See, nothing prevents us from aspiring what? The way ahead. So, see, this is set in other areas. How many law colleges will be having centers? Justice B. Thotathil Radhakrishnan, Center for Studies in Environmental Law, Policies and Advocacy. Justice B. Thotathil Radhakrishnan was a Chief Justice of Telangana, Andhra, and retired from Kolkata High Court. He was acting Chief Justice here in Kerala. Brilliant civil lawyer, brilliant judgments in environmental law. So the family of the late judge, in fact, approached us and shared between us. So both of us have come to an MOU where they have invested a corpus with us, and we have almost signed the MOU, and with this center, we will be traveling across this particular state on environmental matters. So law students will not be having a comfortable seating all the time from 9:30, 3:30. You have to travel outside, meet people, meet situations, take surveys, do projects, submit reports, publish it, so many things. Center for Studies in International Law and Diplomacy. This is another area that we will be going to concentrate, where Kerala is lacking. Myself and Sunny sir will be agreeing on that, because international law holds the field now. How many legal education institutions in Kerala is having the capacity to take students to international law? Very few students here and there break the barrier and go across the seas. Sunny sir cited somebody. But why can't we generate more idea on that and have a permanent abode here, so that Antarashtra Niyamam ellavarkum vazhangum? Ille, ellavarkum vazhangum. Space-ilekku nammal ellarum povan thodangunnu ennu parayumbol space law, pudhiya niyamam varuka, space law, isn't it? Appo niyamam spare cheyyunna oru area illa. So that will be headed by one of the advisory board members, Professor Dr. David Ambrose, who was the former professor of the School of Legal Studies, Madras University, who is the most revered professors in international law across the country. He is also an advisory board member. So we will be having the residential program wherein professors will be brought from outside and courses will be offered. Then Center for Corporate Law. Again, we have got a very strong person with us, Professor Dr. Kurian Joseph sir, who had made considerable successful experimentations there in so many associated aspects of learning corporate law. And apart from learning corporate law, we will be holding that domain-specific knowledge also, so that you can be placed in corporate law offices. Then Center for Studies in Intellectual Property Laws. I was talking about Professor Arul Skaria. At a very young age, he has been internationally reckoned. And we are in touch with another person at Madras, where she was the former member of the Intellectual Property Appellate Board and partnering with one of the important offices exploring the possibilities of intellectual law practice at Chennai. Center for Criminal Law Studies, Center for Governance and Policy Studies, we have got 2 IAS officials who have made their mark. Center for Public Law, again, it is Sandisa's fort. Many of us can compliment to that. So, see, again, these are the cutting edge avenues for a law student at Kanjurapalli, St. Dominic's College, because you could be housed on either of it, knowing your aptitude, and you could be carried forward. Then we will be having professional excellence, Moot Court Society, Literary and Debate Club, Center for Capacity Building, Skill Enhancement and Legal Innovation. That is a very important area. Amal Jyoti Engineering College will be aspiring for innovation there at the engineering side. Management at level, there will be Marian College will be go for innovations. Legal innovation is a very strong area, and legal startups are there. So we can combine their strength to our strength, and we can develop our own areas of innovation. So that is why skill enhancement and legal innovation, where we will be collaborating with many of the institutions. Then finishing school. What about finishing school? Usually people talk about finishing school only when they complete a course, when they complete a program. But here, as Sandy sir proposed, we will start our concept of finishing school from the day one a student enrolls. So that will be a long and continuous affair. When you get out of this institution in flying colors, you are not simply a learner, you will be a performer, isn't it? Then, Center for Internship, Career and Placements, we will be having a networking with the offices, premium offices. We will try to create a network, and negotiations are on, and once our admission process is complete, that will be launched. Publication wing for research journals. See, these are all not simply like manifestos produced by the political parties. We have already taken a quote of the Student Law Journal. Day one in our campus, you will start writing blogs, and later mature into writing research articles, student research articles, and we will be having a publishing wing. Slowly, this particular institution will gain the leadership of legal education in a span of 3 to 5 years. Take it from me, in all respects. Controlling the resources for legal education in every respect. That is where legal literature comes. You can contribute to legal literature, you get the credit of that. You can put it in a CV, you can raise your employability standards. Where do you get these opportunities? Elsewhere, that's the question. English language training, communication and soft skills goes along with that. We have got we'll be having particular engagements on that. So what we want to do is a wholesome development, and finally, any law college is having a social anchorage. Divorced from a society no institution can sustain, a law college cannot sustain. If that is so, this is our long arm. Legal aid clinic, national service scheme, anti-human trafficking club is another area that we will try to concentrate and create some avenues of productivity. Constitutional law club to network with all schools, with non-profits, with the NGOs, with LSGDs, etc., where we will be indulging in literacy programs. And even the Bar Council as well as the government has very emphatically stated that we want constitutionally literate states. And finally, the NAC accreditation, which is the acid test or litmus test as far as an educational institution is concerned. We will be striving for NAC from day one onwards, not after 10 years or 15 years. 15 years from now, we will be, could be a university by itself, isn't it? So this is the collaboration and networking. Bar and bench. We will be collaborating with lawyers, we will be collaborating with with the judges, judiciary, legal service authorities, DLSAs, KELSA, that is Kerala Legal Service Authority and District Legal Service Authority, Taluk Legal Service Authority. You can find a legal service clinic here. Now, governance structures, district administration, so many other agencies are there. So All the LSGDs in this particular district, we will be having a network. So you can visit panchayats, you can be part of that, municipalities, etc., etc. How law functions, isn't it? Knowledge consortium of diocesan institution. This is another area that we will be working so that we will synergize the strength of the higher education institutions of this particular diocese and institutions of eminence, isn't it? So these are the areas from where, see, this is only what's that? It's only a sample that I have exhibited before you, because we can be in collaboration. We will be having a close collaboration with the Salgokar College of Law at Panaji, Goa, because they run wonderfully legal aid clinics. That's a national model, and they have agreed to be part of us, and there will be collaboration between exchange of students and teachers. So that MOU will always be there. And Sunny sir had told about criminal thing, and you might be heard of at least 2 decisions which came 3 days or 4 days back. One unfortunate incident of a law student, my own student, getting murdered at Perumbavoor, where an appeal was preferred, and the High Court adjudicated that appeal. While adjudicating the appeal, the High Court in fact engaged Project 39A, which is a project run by National Law University, Delhi. The students did it. See, the students did it. You are no more somebody who are learning in the age group of 15 to 17, isn't it? You start to drive things. And the report of the Project 39A was taken into consideration in the second case of Anu Shanti. I don't know whether you have heard about that. A techie is involved in a murder case. Vallappuram patrokku vaayikkanam. Kelkkanam. Appo adinathu again Project 39A's report was reckoned, saying that this particular person that should be commuted. So the death sentence was commuted to 25 years imprisonment without any parole, saying that he has got ability to integrate with the society, isn't it? So these are all student-run initiatives. So it's not simply learning that matters. It's a total comprehensive learning process where you learn, you do, and learning through doing, and earning a little bit while doing also, isn't it? So we will be going very confidently with these and more things. Our plan is to cut a generation next institution, because this institution is being floated after a decade of the inception of self-financing law colleges in Kerala. A decade means the balance sheet is very clear. What is the profit? What is the loss? What is your strength? What is your weakness? Learning the strength and the weakness, we have made definite plans. Only to win, only to make work ideas, and to become a formidable force in the legal landscape of not only Kerala but India. So why should you join this institution? These are the reasons, isn't it? What makes you join these type of institution? Because it's a generation next institution. So sitting in this nature's lap, Kanjarapalli is picturesque, pristine, etc., etc. But then you can travel to the nook and corners of the country, not only country, but even abroad. So we will be having very specific orientation schemes of how to take scholarships. I forgot to tell. What are the scholarships that are available? What are the internships and externships abroad that is available? You will be made known all these things, and you will be trained for that. And if you can cross seas as the ambassadors of this institution, St. Dominic's College of Law will be documented and will be etched in golden words in countries outside, isn't it? So thank you. Let me hope that at least I have given you a food for thought. Tell your friends also about this institution that's being launched, and pass on things that you can retain in the short framework. And we will be reaching out, because we don't want any student to lose a chance to get associated with this institution. ഇതുപോലെ ഒരു സ്ഥാപനവുമായി ബന്ധം സ്ഥാപിക്കപ്പെടാതെ പോകുന്നതിൻ്റെ ന്യൂനത ഒരാൾക്കും സംഭവിക്കണ്ട എന്നുള്ളതാണ്. Because we take care of you, we will take care of you, and we need to take care of you because you gradually will be the face of the institution. Thank you.